You're 21. I'm the kind of guy. Look, I promote getting married young. You know, that's what I say. But then I see this, and I'm like, I don't know.
Jordan's messages.
Chastity and vegans. Two things that were controversial, Josh, I would say about 7 years ago. But now, you know, chastity is coming back. You've got veganism is all but gone. I know vegans in my life who have quit. And they said it's not working anymore. I need, Jordan, let me have one of your chickens that you killed at home.
Give it to me.
Give me a chicken dinner when I come over. And I say, okay, I'll do it. Let's get to the messages. Hey, Josh and Jordan. I am a 20-year-old male, now engaged to my 20-year-old fiancée. And we are both Christians and ultimately want to honor God. She grew up with divorced parents and really poor examples, even though her parents claim to be Christians too. The real issue is with physical boundaries. As Christians, we both agree that premarital sex is wrong. However, our definitions of it are different. I think a lot of this is a lack of good examples in her life, but it does sometimes frustrate both of us that we are not on the same page in terms of boundaries. Okay, so it's boundaries. It's not like what is the act. Is that what? I'll read on.
Keep reading.
She just doesn't understand why it's wrong to do things premaritally as long as pregnancy is impossible. We are in premarital counseling, and this just hasn't been brought up yet. I'm debating whether it is even worth bringing up since we will be married in only a few months, but it would be nice for us to see the same issues as Christians and be prepared to teach them to our kids someday. Any thoughts? Is there any biblical text that might help? Okay, so she's like, look, I'm on the pill. It's impossible, so it's not actually premarital. It's fine. It's not actually possible.
I'm incapable of having kids, so we can do anything.
Yeah, I actually forget that. I can't have kids, it turns out. So we can do anything because it's literally impossible. Josh, look, I'm getting weird vibes from this girl. And look, this is what I've always said. When you're first just meeting somebody, okay, it's really easy to see the flaws and all the stuff, and you can really nitpick, and maybe you should nitpick, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you actually probably should. You're nitpicking, and you're like, okay, I don't know if this is gonna be compatible, like this mindset is gonna be compatible with me. But then as time goes on, the relationship, you get closer, you know, then you start to make these mental compromises of like, you know, she had a bad family, so like, it's like, I understand where she's coming from. The mindset is literally the same. The only thing that has changed is that you have changed because you are now compromising. You're more understanding where she is coming from, which is a good thing, you know, that's a great thing. But then at the end of the day, when you start to realize, wait, hang on a second, she's on birth control and she's telling me that we can do anything because it's literally impossible. Well, she had divorced parents. Is she gonna be, it's not that big of a, you know, we're gonna get married anyways, so like then we can do whatever, it doesn't matter, but then, but what about our kids? That, you see what I mean? As the relationship goes on, it's harder, it's easier and easier to compromise, but really you're just kind of like you're being a good person and you're seeing things through another person's perspective, and it's a very important thing to do, right? But then what can happen is that you just slowly get notched down to nothing, and then you realize, wait, I'm marrying somebody who's like trying to like, you know, Samson me. She's trying to find what my weakness is, and then she keeps calling the bad guys to come in and try and get me. And I keep saying, no, it's just, you know, like Samson, right? His wife, or whoever he was with, was calling the bad guys, and she was like, hey, I found out Samson's weakness is if he does this, and if he takes a shower on a Wednesday, you know, make something up, because he told her that, because he was suspicious of her. And then eventually she's like, you hate me, you won't tell me anything, blah, blah, you don't love me. And he's like, look, okay, it's my hair. If you cut my hair, and it really was. And then she's like, oh. So for the third time she goes back, hey, if we cut Samson's hair, then you can get him. You know, she goes back, you know, she sleeps with him, whatever. And then the guards come and they drag him, take him away. And it's because he slowly got notched down by her to where he's like, man, she says I don't love her now. If I don't understand her. Because of her parents, where she's coming from. God, now I gotta. Okay, look, I'm a bad guy. Look, now I'm bad because I'm privileged. I had parents; they didn't break up. So who am I to say? I don't know. And then she comes, she chops your hair off, gets the dude, and then you're screwed. And then so all I'm saying is think long and hard about this. Okay, you're 21. I'm the kind of guy. Look, I promote getting married young. You know, that's what I say. But then I see this, and I'm like, I don't know. You know, you've got time. Okay, you've got time. What I would say to do, and this is gonna see if she's gonna run away from you or not. Okay, you need to say. I would say this. I would say, look, we need to postpone this for a year and see if she makes your life a living hell. Break up with her with no regard. I don't care about that if she has divorced parents and you feel bad because you had a better life than her or whatever, and now she's trying to convince you that maybe you didn't and she did. You know what I'm telling you, this stuff can get it gets weird when people feel this like power difference of where they came from versus you, because they might feel like they have more knowledge than you because you've lived a happy life. Okay, so what I would say is hey, I'm postponing the wedding for a year. So that's what we're doing.
So we're just gonna fool around for a whole
See
year?
see what she says.
Okay.
See what she says. A lot will be revealed from that. Just see what she says. If she pulls anything where it's like trying to guilt you or make you feel bad about like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I can't believe and you're like, look, I think that we just need to postpone it because we're not seeing stuff the same and I have some concerns. I think that she will probably make your life a living hell. And you will falter. You will be like, gosh, she's right. I told her that we would get, like, why am I doing this? Like I said, and now I'm taking it back. Jordan, he's an idiot. I'm unsubscribing.
I got this on a YouTube video.
I got this advice from a... And now it's ruined. Now my whole life is ruined.
She won't even kiss me.
Yeah, and she won't even hold my hand now. Look. Just stay strong, because it when that happens, okay, and it will. When that happens, you're gonna have to make a hard decision. Look, everything I told this man will happen. I legitimately just told you the next 20 years of your life. I did. 100%. I have no doubt in my mind. 100%. You're welcome, and you're not gonna listen to me. I know it. You will not. It's the hardest thing in the world to do. You're not gonna do it. But I'm just letting you know. Okay, look, this is normally where we put the little sponsor section, okay? But we have something very special to do because we have no sponsor, okay? We're going to sponsor ourselves. Go to supportblimeycow.com where you will have the greatest experience of your life. You can even ask me a question on there for messages. You can write in a question, and I will most likely answer that question. I can't promise, okay? But a lot of the times, the bonus messages, which you get access to if you become a supporter, the bonus message is from people like you who support us. And then you can, you know, who knows? Maybe it'll get on there and then your life will change, okay? We have all sorts of stuff. We have like a community, like a social media, basically website, because we're off of Facebook and all this stuff. We're not on Patreon anymore. We do our own thing. Nice, amazing community. We do games. We have live streams. We just had a live stream the other day for the new year. It's very fun, okay? So you're gonna love it. SupportBlimeyCow.com. Thank you so much. Dear Jordan, I need help. My sister-in-law has turned my brother vegan. It's always like the sister-in-law that's turning people vegan. Why is that? Kelly hasn't tried to get me to go vegan, so that's good.
Tried to do a vegan either.
So then where did I come up with that? This has been going on for several years, and I've tried to be polite. Normally, I wouldn't care what they eat, but they bring it up so often that it's really starting to get to me. Their new diet has made every meal we share together very stressful. The children constantly pointing out what is bad for us, and even crying if told to eat something they think is unhealthy. However, they don't seem to have a problem with sugar, Oh, of course not. And eat plenty of fruits, sweets, and their favorite, oatmeal. If I never hear the word oatmeal again, it will be too soon. They also love to eat at restaurants and don't question how their food is cooked, but at my house, they criticize everything. And instead of eating what's been prepared, they eat fruit, cookies, and not at all, or none at all, or not at all. Oh, they won't eat. I'm all for being healthy, but this doesn't feel healthy to me. Please help. So her brother married a woman and the woman made him vegan. This is the exact same thing as what I was saying before. The man is eating meat as God intended. And then the woman comes and she's like, what's your strength? And he's like, I eat meat. She's like, you need to eat. We're gonna get the documentaries. I'm gonna show you all the documentaries. They're gonna come in and they're gonna make you vegan so that you're weak. You could not say what I just said 5 years ago, Josh. You can't even say it now.
The vegans had too much power.
The vegans, they did. They had too much power. Look, God bless you. Okay, we all watch the documentaries. I get it. Okay, they are convincing. Look, is it sad that these cows are treated than these chickens? Yes, it is. It's messed up actually. And so you know what I do, Josh? I bought a quarter of a cow from my neighbor, and I went over there and I saw the cow walking in the field. And I said, Dawn, we've got a deal. I just went and picked that up from the butcher yesterday. Came in little freezer bags.
Were they nicer to the animal as they killed it?
Yes, they were. What was the question?
The children are eating nothing but cookies and fruit.
That is the problem with a lot of these kinds of people is like, they won't bat an eye at eating Oreos, but they're yelling at you for eating a steak. Because they watched a documentary and they have more empathy than you because they didn't kill an animal. Look, I've seen what these animals do. Even just chickens. These things are ruthless. They want to kill.
They need to die.
They do. They need to die sometimes. They do, Josh. They're coming after children. They're jumping on. They're hurting each other. And you have to realize.
What are your chickens attacked my son?
Yeah, and you know what? He's gone.
Good. Actually, I'm sorry. I hope he's okay. I mean,
he actually got hit by a car.
Oh, jeez. That was that one?
Yeah.
Sorry. I shouldn't say it.
I forgot about that, Josh. Why'd you bring
Sorry.
that up? Anyway, so his name was Red. God bless his soul.
Oh.
I bred him actually and gave his children to my neighbors. You know, these animals, they live and they die by the sword. And you have to put them in their place. Because if you don't, they will eliminate themselves one by one. They will take over. No, I mean, it's bad. It's very bad, Josh. I don't even know how to say it. The women, the hens, they're just maliciously just over and over again to the point that they have they're barely even people at that. They're barely even hens at that point.
Wow.
You have to, but look, it's just like God. You have to weed some people out from time to time to make the society as a whole. And this is why I'm a great proponent of the death penalty. Once I raised chickens, I was like, I get it. You've got 7, 8 roosters out here. I'm trying to be the nice guy. I'm the vegan of like the farmers.
Yeah.
I don't want these things to die. You know, I've raised these. They're such cute little chicks. Then they grow up. We've got 8 roosters. They can't all live together. You know, because they have their little pecking structure. But the hens, Josh, they just get, I mean, over and over and over. And at some point, you're like, look, I got to kill every one of these and leave 1 or 2. At that point, it's amazing.
Tell your friends.
The peace, that as soon as you're done, the peace of everything is amazing. It's like, it feels like the Garden of Eden at that point. It's like, wow, I understand the death penalty. I gotta answer this question. I don't know what she is asking. I keep forgetting.
They need to get a continuous glucose monitor. Strap it on the
Thank
kids.
you. Yes.
That's all they need to do.
It is available now in the United States. The
Over-the-counter continuous glucose monitor.
Dr. Fauci has been conquered with the glucose monitors. I think he was specifically the one making it so hard to access into this country. I don't know that, but I think so. So now you can go over the counter and you can go to Kroger or wherever you want and say, hey, I want to buy a glucose monitor. You can actually buy one. Literally do this for Christmas. Or just for just make up a holiday. Buy them one. It's not even that expensive. Buy them one. They download an app. They put it on their arm. and say, look, every time you have a cookie, every time you eat a cake, fruit even, monitor your glucose, scan it, look at it.
At 150, 160.
You know what it's
all
supposed to
the
be.
time.
Like, if these people are so clinically minded with their veganism, whatever, because they all act like they are basically, like, they know everything about, like, health and stuff. Okay, we all know these people. I was one of these people. And I am talking to myself. Like, that's why I'm so critical, because I did this for a year and it was a nightmare. Okay,
You
so
didn't eat meat?
I didn't eat meat for a year
Really?
in college.
I didn't know that.
I didn't eat meat. I didn't have eggs. I had nothing for 1 year.
How'd that go for you?
Not great. I felt like horrible, and I was constantly starving. I lost a ton of weight. Go back and look at videos of Messy Mondays back in like 2013.
What made you do
See
that?
how tiny I am. Because I watched the documentaries. That's why I'm so critical. That's what I'm saying, because it messed me up. So, anyways, then you eat your diet, okay? And then you say, hey, we'll just compare. It's just a fun little experience. And look, you're probably right, guys. Just try it out and I'll do mine.
I just want to see how healthy you
You're going to see how yours is so flatlined. And they know clinically what theirs is supposed to be. And they're going to look like they're pre-diabetic or diabetic. That's how bad it is. And then that maybe will change their mind. That's the only thing that I can do. You cannot convince them of literally anything. You just need to show them the proof. So I am being completely sincere when I say buy them 2 glucose monitors and see what they say. I don't think it's gonna change the sister-in-law's mind. I don't think anything will. I think that it will change the brother's mind, and then we're gonna have a Samson and Delilah situation again where he's gonna have to stand up, break the pillars down,
Destroy his household.
destroy his household
To save his kids.
to save his kids. She's gonna take the kids away from him, and he's got a choice. Do I falter on the truth to see my kids, or do I stand with the truth to not see my kids? Terrible place to be,
Wow.
Josh.
Wow.
You know what you do? You stand with the truth. She takes the kids. Kids come back 18.
Scrawny as old.
They're
Get out.
basically crawling to the front door begging you because they're so emaciated. And then, you know what? At least they had a father who stood with the truth, and those kids had an example of, wow, my mom is nuts. My dad did what he could.
All she
and
fed
you know
me was nuts.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Mom is nuts, fed me nuts, and dad
And that was no chicken.
dad was no chicken because he ate chicken.
He was a bull.
Dad was a bull. And they will realize that at some point. And if not, I would be surprised if they didn't realize that. This was a long answer, Josh. And I'm not going to cut any of this. So sorry for the long episode. We had no sponsor for this, so I knew I could fudge it. I think we broke the record for the longest answer ever on messages. And you know what? I felt good about that. What I said. We all learned something. We all learned that Jordan tried veganism, didn't work for me. Now everyone realizes why I am so harsh towards them, because I'm being harsh to my past. I'm not actually talking to any of you. I'm talking to how much I hated that I did that. Support us, supportblimeycow.com. Shameless plug, we had no sponsor, so now here we are. Here's all of the beautiful faces of the people who sponsor us. That could be you. You could write in a message, because we're about to do a bonus message, and a lot of the times, the bonus messages are from our supporters at supportblimeycow.com. Don't be messy, and leave good messages.